This video is backed by Squarespace. I'll tell you more later, don't worry. For years, the only complaint people have ever had about the PlayStation Vita is that it can't play enough Sonic games. But then one day, a little Peter was born who had the genius, the brain smarts, to figure out how to run every single Sonic game on this bad boy. Prerequisites are put here. You'll find links of how to do all that stuff somewhere on the internet. First up, how to play the old Sonic 1, 2, 3 Knuckles CD. For those of you who have never played Sonic before, yes, that is all one game. We're skipping this one. The old Sonic games, they're like Doom. You can play them on anything. You can go here, type in my favorite word, Sonic. Look at that, Sonic 1, Sonic 2, Sonic CD, Sonic Mad Bomber, his first act of terrorism. Even Doki Sonic the Club. Also, you could just straight up emulate the consoles that they were originally for, so skip. So instead, we're fast forwarding through time. We're now in the 1990s during the Dreamcast era. So yeah, you can get Flycast on here. What does Flycast do? I know a lot of you fly fishermen out there are real excited right now, but don't get too excited. See, Dreamcast, as easy as that. What's really funny about this? This isn't even a Dreamcast. For those wondering, this is just how crusty games were back in the day. This is actually a perfect emulation. I mean, on the menus it runs good enough for you to hear the Offspring music kind of clearly.
Let's get him!
Let's get him! Me win. There's a home invader in my house, and I have a very large, comically large net. It's just not gonna work. I don't know what I'm doing. It worked the other... What the frick is this? The game does run. I could troubleshoot it. Covers that generation of Sonic. Mostly, because there were some Sonic games that were only for the Gamecube, PlayStation 2, and Xbox. Sonic Heroes, Sonic Shadow. It's just what it's called in my region. But we'll cut back to those later, because in the arbitrary order of games that are completely made up by me, you gotta get NooDS. I didn't decide to call it this. I won't change my verbiage. The Game Boy Advanced, and such games as Sonic Advance, and it just straight up runs a lot easier. Believe it or not, it's easier for the Vita to play a Game Boy Advance game than a Dreamcast game. For the English-speaking people, you want to choose English. El Italiano. That's a little message to my Italian viewers right there. Ooh, just as smooth as the day Sega released it. It was me. That's what they used to call me during school. Really weird considering I'm homeschooled. Mom, please remember my name. Sonic the Hedgehog. Thank goodness he was put in his own game. Sonic! And just like that, you have a perfect Game Boy Advance emulator right on your Nintendo PlayStation Vita.
See if you can keep up, Tails!
Oh, a hidden Chow. From the sounds of it, a hidden Satan. You know, it helps in a game not running super well that it is generally a hold direction game for most of it. Man, he's so fast. I probably chose a real good series to try to play on this, considering, you know, just the general slow demeanor of the gameplay. How much it's kind of just a sit down and enjoy the scenery type of series. Smell the roses, you know. I am clenching my cheeks at how slow this is right now, just wishing it would speed up a little bit. Who are we looking at? It's me. Hey guys, how did I get gold?
Only shooting stars.
Too soon? So of course this allows you to play Sonic, Sonic Advance, Sonic Advance, Sonic Advance, Sonic Advance, all the Sonic Advance for the series. Sonic Battle, Sonic's Pinball Zone, one of my favorite games that I played in its entirety for the world to see. Because I'm dedicated, and I finish what I start. Whoa, we're in 2004, the Nintendo DS exists. A lot of people probably picked up on the fact that this is by default a DS emulator, and that me choosing to play the advanced games first was simply tantalizing and teasing you. Sonic Rush! Nintendo DS games. Obviously, if it can run Sonic Rush, it can play Sonic Rush Adventure, Mario Sonic the Olympic Winter Games, other such Sonic games for the Nintendo DS. That is being said, if it can actually run. I mean, the DS was really said to be the Dreamcast of the Game Boys. A lot of people said that back in the day, so assuming it can run the Dreamcast, I'm sure it can run this just fine. Hey! Oh, shoot! Sonic, Era replacement. So glad they got Tom Kenny back to voice him for this game. Oh. On your mark. Me when I'm standing on mark. Tom Kenny, you good? I mean, this, surprisingly enough, doesn't run that much worse. Oh yeah, you can do a trick. 2 even. Doesn't run that much worse than the Advanced series. Might advise, amateur tip, might advise playing without sound. So my full Let's Play starts now. If I get hit by this guy, I quit. I am purposely trying to hit him, yes. Ooh! Alright, very cool. Hello. I was about to fly around while explaining what Squarespace is. Care to join? Squarespace is the all-in-one solution to creating your own website without the need to learn coding, web design, or networking. Caca, caca. If you look down to your left, you'll see how their fluid engine can get you started with professional-looking templates that you can customize to your heart's content, or simply let the engine auto-generate descriptions and information about your site and products. Cheap, cheap, caca, cheap, cheap. Currently, you'll notice that I'm flying through a cave that shows just some of the features of Squarespace, such as their 140 plus templates to work with. Seeing as I am a bird of sorts. Cock-a-doodle-doo. You can use Squarespace for informational sites, merch stores, paid content, collaborative projects, and so much more. And they even make setting up a payment process easy too. If you desire, you can use third-party extensions catered to your specific needs, affiliations, or knowledge. And when it's all said and done, your sites can chew up and spit into your mouth plenty of numbers with their insightful analytics and detailed information about your website's traffic, visits, sales, and keywords. So get a free trial today by using the link below, squarespace.com. And after all the design work, when you're ready for your site to go live, go to my custom link, squarespace.com/PeterKnetter, to save 10% off your first purchase of a site or domain. The good folk at Squarespace allow content like this to be made in its true, unaltered, intended form. So a huge thanks to them for allowing me to be a bird. Wow. And yes, for everyone wondering, considering you can get the DS emulator on here, you can indeed play Eminem's kart racing for the Nintendo DS on your PlayStation Vita. I am solving world hunger. Those are two completely related things. Back to the missing games we weren't able to play on Flycast. Sonic Heroes, Shadow Heroes, Sonic Riders. How do we play those games on a PlayStation Vita? Well, it requires a little tiny bit of a rigmarole, a little bit of an exterior who's-a-ma-whats. You'll see here we have an illustrious PlayStation 3 fat console. Now on said console, you can play PlayStation 2 games, including Heroes, Shadow, etc. Okay, this is future slightly less caffeinated, Peter. With a slight correction, those PlayStation 2, Xbox Era games will be playable later with a different thing in the future that we won't look at yet. Because while the PS3 can play PlayStation 2 games, you can't use it to play the PS2 games on the Vita using the method that I show here. So just ignore that. I made this cool little timeline, tried to make it all detailed and nice looking, and we're just butchering it, skipping all over the place. And this console had a couple quirky features here. One of those being I don't know how to turn it off properly, and they yell at me every time I start this thing up. Sign into JB. It's my brother's account, not a jailbreak account. Nothing of the sorts. We don't like that sort of thing. We don't like law breaking. If you break the law, you get the slaw. The rotten slaw, the rotten coleslaw makes you sick. I've said that a million times. Hit up remote play. Now everyone knows this is a feature, but you can also choose to do it. We're going to do it via private network, but you can do it not only in your local wide web, but your world wide web. The PlayStation Vita had SIM cards you could get for it, so you could have a cell network and mobile data on this thing. So you can, as far as your little brain is concerned, the games will be running on this. You won't need to be near this. You don't need to look at it, and there it is. This also allows us to play the PlayStation 3 generations of Sonic games, including Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Riders Ultra, whichever one was for the PS3, and more, etc., etc. I have a Sonic YouTuber's best friend and partner, Sonic06, right here. Say hello, Sonic06.
Hey guys, it's really hard to run every Sonic game on a PlayStation Vita, so Peter using external forms like this is completely allowed. And since you're in the mood to be liking him so much during this part of the video, please consider joining his Patreon or YouTube membership.
Oh, that's very true. Me and him started a little podcast, actually, it's the Sonic the Hedgehog podcast, where we very rarely talk about Sonic and mostly just YouTube stuff and sometimes Sonic stuff.
That's right. He's also a dirty shill.
That's why he's the worst Sonic game. Go in there, little buddy, and you better run, because if you don't run, I mean, are you really Sonic at that point? That's it. You've seen a Sonic 06 be played on a PlayStation Vita. Cryware. More like cry where no one can see me because I'm embarrassed. Surprisingly responsive considering this is a 2006 video game. And a bad video game.
Sonic, there's a nice store in this town. It will help you find a way to cross the sea.
Oh yeah, I forgot we have $500. I forgot that I played this thing during YouTube and PlayStation 3, and that I was literally stuck on this level for 20 minutes and didn't know I had to talk to this guy. Light chip. Wombo combo. I'll buy another one, sure. Give me all your light chips. You're sold out? You fell off, bro.
When you get close to a trail of rings, press the square button to do a light dash.
He'll be missed. He'll be missed twice.
Wow! Sonic the Hedgehog 6 is running on my PlayStation Vita, being played by Peter.
Now the resolution isn't great. I am maybe using a camera to record this because that's just my vision for this video. Oh, this latency is gonna kill me. But it actually looks probably about as good as it looks on camera in real life because it's running in like 480p.
That's pretty crazy.
Sonic knows a lot about firearms. See, he agrees.
Okay, Sonic. Actually, never mind.
Probably my best Tails impression to date. Bye, PlayStation. Extra note for the very special gamers out there. You can also do the same thing, just stream from your console to your Vita using a PlayStation 4. PS4 has a pretty big library of Sonic games, pretty much everything on this generation forward. So could I technically do the Sonic 4 games, Sonic Forces, Sonic Frontiers, and Sonic Mania, all that? Yes, absolutely could do that on the PlayStation 4, and the entire video would be done. I'm cooler than that. We're doing different methodologies. Why have you stripped your Vita, Peter? Why have you taken it out of the Vita camera's view? What is simply happening? I must watch to the end of this video and find out. I pick my nose and I poop. Enter PlayStation Vita number 2. Jailbroke did this one too. It's broken. Why? Because you can straight up get Sonic Mania on the PlayStation Vita. Now, you could do it on this one. I just happened to run out of room on this and happen to have another Vita. And it's not because you'll be Mr. Rich Peter Pants over here with his YouTube channel. When I was young and stupid back in the day, I just decided to buy 2 PlayStation Vitas so that me and my brother could play multiplayer Minecraft with each other. A good sentiment at the time. Horrible waste of money, considering we only did that maybe once or twice and already had consoles to play split screen Minecraft on. So yeah, it was me being stupid with money, but it was older me, and that's, well, younger me. So therefore, I'm a reformed idiot. So Mania on the Vita, yeah, it just straight up runs. Somebody just released it. Sonic is pointing to a little text that says Peter's correct. This runs incredibly well. Guys, that was a reference to old Sonic. That was a sound from the old Sonic games. Did you guys get that? And this actually plays perfectly and responsibly. Just like how a person should drink. So I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering, is this actually running the game natively in the exact same resolution? Are there any adjustments? Is it technically just, is it actually emulated? Is it a fan mod at the end of the day? I don't know. My only job is to be like, look guys, Sonic is on the thing. Very cool. Oh, Sonic R. Okay, so this maybe doesn't run absolutely perfectly. It's like a little bit slow. Oh, Sonic R, by the way. All right, we'll run down that one. Sonic CDs, Knuckles, catch these hands, all that stuff, easy to run. The Saturn games like R and 3D Blast, or at least the Saturn version of it, you can run. I did not get to run. It's not that you can't, you absolutely can. Every Sonic game is covered up to this point, except for like the Sega Pico. The games on the Saturn emulation is virtually unplayable for most games. Why is that? Why would emulating the next console in that generation, the Sega Dreamcast, a very powerful one for its time, be easier to emulate on the PlayStation Vita than the previous console, the Sega Saturn? Once again, I revert to my answer. Look, funny Sonic game on the PlayStation, guys. This is crazy. All right, it's time for your old Gramps Peter here to be kind of real with you for a second. PlayStation Vita is not super easy to run things on. You gotta use a lot of these quirky workarounds, the quirky workies, to get stuff running on here. And this next thing, some people are going to consider to be morally irreparable, unforgivable. Moonlight. The only way to play any further Sonic games on the Vita than this.
An open source video game stream client.
Basically allowing you to simply stream your computer straight to the Vita. And here it is. Now, of course, those who are astute enough to be over the age of 8 have figured out by now that you can pretty much play every single Sonic game that's ever released on the computer through some means or another, legally or illegally, which I don't advise doing things that are bad when in fact they are not a good thing, because as a person on the internet, I am morally scrutinized for supporting things that the general population believes are bad, and so therefore whatever your values are, I align with. And yeah, you can even use the touch screen on this thing to move the mouse around. And the controls just automatically map apparently, so... Holy moly. Just shut up. Shut up. I wanted to play Sonic, not click through the things. Apply the birthday decorations. I skipped the cutscene and I'm now very lost. To everyone who just skipped to this part of the video, wow, can you believe that Sonic Frontiers runs natively in a PlayStation Vita? Resolution's pretty good. Latency is like almost none. And it runs perfectly with 0 lag. Sonic got a little birthday hat. How do I check out Sonic's birthday hat? Ooh, kill him. I don't care about Sonic's birthday. He's a birthday every year. Ayo, how come I'm not even Pikachu though? And how come I feel like I'm playing this on the Gege laptop? Shut up and leave me be and let me play my game. I'm Sonic. Go fast, not go read. Sonic Library Simulator. Ooh, sparkly colors. Me when my little sister don't share her cookies with me. Die. Well, Sonic's dead. So the great thing about running Frontiers on the Vita using this Moonlight, my little baby, Sonic R, the game about pirates, and that Anna45 and My50 have sent me a new message that I absolutely can show. This music goes hard. Yeah, no, there's no music. Ready? Go. I mean, technically speaking, this is also how you can play any single game ever. I mean, I don't know if there's much that can't be played on a computer at this point. Okay, Sonic's about to get shot by a sniper.